I think we have both captains and the toss. So let's check out to see who's the winning captain.
Good afternoon again, viewers. The Dream T10 Blast continues today at the Darren Samley Stadium. Today we have two teams in this afternoon's game, MICOUD versus VIEUX South. We also have our captains with us, Mr. Darren Sammy from MICOUD and Mr. Dilshan Rampal from VIEUX South. So we start the toss with Mr. Sammy as the home team. Yes, it is. So VIEUX South has won the toss. VIEUX South.
All right. We won the toss and we'll bat first. We'll give Sammy and them a chance to go out there and try their best. We'll try and put a big total as possible, and I wish Sammy all the best.
You sure you're going to reverse that? Looks like Rampal wasn't too sure what he wanted to do. But yeah, we wanted to bat first. The wicket is getting much better day after day. You know, Ken does a really good job here. So yeah, I was really looking forward to batting first. But I guess we'll have to restrict them to a good total and go home and put our feet up. Thank you.
Would you think that if you were the captain of the VIEUX side, you want to bat or you want to maybe try to chase?
Well, you want to realize that the inner games, what are the best team in the qualifiers, and then perhaps figure their best chance is to put run on the ball and go out there and see if they can defend it, rather than put the Miku Eagles in and perhaps they may be chasing a score well over 100.
Cricket is a batsman's game. It's really made all the rules the batsman game. Being a batsman, would you have a natural bias or you don't share that view?
It's skewed towards the batsman a bit.
I wonder if Roland Cox is mic'd up. And if he is, in fact, mic'd up, he might just have a little view of what may happen. Roland, what is the status regarding points?
MICOUD has 4 points from their 2 games. That's 100%. Labrie has 2. Soufre has 2. VIEUX still without a point. Now, Miku Eagles, they have a very healthy net run rate, 2.514. The 2 teams batting for second position, Labrie and Soufre, one must win. And whoever wins will go through. If, for example, there's a tie, and for some reason the game is abandoned or no result, Labrie will go through because right now they have the higher run rate, net run rate. So it will be an interesting game today.
High number of wides, 59?
Yes, 69 actually.
69.
Yeah.
And in fairness to the players, we said from day one, haven't had much practice, very rusty. But from your experience, what creates wides?
Well, the bowler's action. Question of perhaps bowlers looking to experiment, because bowlers are always under pressure when they're out in the middle, and trying to experiment out there certainly can be one of the contributing factors.
So, well, the fielding side not leading the way, so to speak, and they're having a little get-together. And we can tell you that VIEUX will be batting first, and the openers are making their way. Not very often you see the batsman coming to the square before the fielding side, Greg.
Well, that's an indication that the guys mean business.
They're anxious to hit the ball.
Yes, very much so.
Well, let's come back to the business of the day. And we have Shallery to start from the commentary box end. And he's bowling to Isidore, and Isidore gets a delivery which hits the out part of the bat. So, Shallery, looking for a good performance. I would think that players have pride in their game, and if they didn't have a good game the day before, they'll be looking to do better. They would have discussed this, no doubt, this morning. 2 slips Sammy has got as Shallery goes in, and that's a full toss, and well stopped by a diving effort from mid-on, committing himself. Had he not done that good bit of work, that could have probably come below us for 4.
Yes, it would have traveled red, but I don't think Isidore really got full hold of that full delivery. The ball struck more the bottom of the bat. As you could see, he's indicating he wants perhaps a replacement.
So Shallery back to his mark. As we said, lovely conditions. Just lost the sunshine momentarily. There's the birthday of Brian Lara and Sonny Ramadid. There's 2 slips waiting for Shallery to move in. He gets there and outside the off stump. Came back after passing the off stump. And keeper didn't quite take it. Just little feedback coming in. That's being corrected. Thank you very much. Well done, Greg. And Beaufort South still to get off the mark. Isidore waits, Shallery bowls, and maybe just opening the face of the bat, and it slides down towards a white third man. Chance for a run out, and Isidore taking near no chance, almost does a little bit of damage to his neck, but such maybe was the closeness of the return. So they're 3 without loss.
Yes, Reds, good aggressive running by the wicketkeeper Law. That's Isidore is the non-striker. Young Law.
So Sammy giving Shallery good support. There's no gully, but the first and second slip is in, and that's outside the off stump, and he dances across the way. Conrad Hunt, when we first saw him, used to dance with a fair amount of style. How much style you had as a batsman? Were you a stylish player?
No, not much, Reds. Just keep it basic.
You said Julian Charles had a little bit of style?
I would want to think so.
Yeah.
There's a little play about him.
Well, Julian might be watching the cast, so be very careful what you said. But I saw him play, and he did have some style. There's a little bit of style here as he goes down to the back foot. And will they look for the second? They will not look for the second. And the total goes to 4 without loss. But looking back, the most stylish St. Lucian batsman in your time?
I would say arguably John Eugene.
John Eugene, yeah. South Castries player comes into your Central Castries players comes into your mind. I'll give you a clue. He plays also in Trinidad sometimes. Les Portis.
Yeah, Keddy. But I did not play too much cricket with Keddy.
Okay,
Keddy
but you would have seen him play.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a stylish.
Yeah, I've always said the T20, T10 is not Keddy's style of cricket.
Yeah.
Always the longer version, yeah.
So 4 of the first over, and we're starting with spin. It's going to be Edwards, who has displayed a fair amount of talent.
Yeah, very well. Especially in the field. Yesterday, he really gave an exhibition in catching.
Gifted with height, so he should get some bunks. One of the things going for Cornwall, that he gets a lot of bunks, but not a lot of turn on the last day of the test match we saw. This is just down the leg side. And the keeper was trying to get it around just in case there might be a stumping chance, but there was none. Sammy is going to leg slip. Quite an attacking field. So, have they made the right decision to put runs on the board after deciding to bat? It's 4 without loss. This is over number 2. Again, it's down the wrong line. And wide signal. Well, once there's a leg slip, he'll be tending to go down the wrong line.
Yes, with Sammy posting himself at the leg slip.
A slip and a leg slip. This delivery. Same result. Sliding down leg side. Takes the pad. No appeal. 5 without loss. Sun has come back with us. This time he's pushed out in the offside. He wants an impossible single. And the non-striker doesn't respond. Isidore. Edwards ball once more. Brings him forward, pushes out in the onside. So it's been quite a good over from the Eagles' point of view. He's basically bowled very defensively, but he hasn't given away too many wides. He's been going into the pad of the right-hander, and that lobs out in the onside. Same situation again. And we have some last over of the second over. Last delivery of the second over, down the leg side, and well, that could have really done a lot of damage to Darren Sammy if he had connected short and down the leg side. He had a swing at it, and trying to hike that away. There was a stumping effort, but the umpire has not responded in the way.
Hi, I'm Tedison John of the Tedison John Project. Even when we're not rehearsing, we stay connected. Flow makes it easy with Flow bundle plans. My mobile phone, internet broadband to download and send files, my home office fixed line. All the services I need in one place. And guess what? The more services you use, the less you pay. Yep, get more and pay less. Guys, you can't go wrong on this one. Bundle today.
Bowling change here. Yep. Shari has come off.
Sammy Jr. is in.
Yeah, more spin. Left arm orthodox. How old is he?
Should be 16, should
16?
be 17 this year. 16.
Yeah. And is he playing a fair amount of cricket, let's say before COVID? That's off the back foot, goes down to his backward point. He was just short of a length, trying to hit it square, peel off the outside edge.
Well, I know this year he has indicated that he has an interest in playing for Central Castles at the under-19 level.
Solitary slip as he goes in. Good delivery, just outside the off stump. A little bit of bounce there. Isidore was off the back foot looking for that shot. It remains at 6 without loss and over number 3. That's awful delivery, which could have cost his side a fair amount of runs, but luckily it was hit straight down to kind of a white third man backward point.
Yeah, Isidore should have really capitalized on that short delivery.
Well, he probably wants to get the length right. Still on the short side, he's off the back foot, but hit again straight to the fairly deep mid-off, but they don't go for the single. He didn't time it all that well. This is hike just past the bowler who tries to get across, and not too a productive over from the view fort. Just a single, takes it to 7, as the strike is rotated. And, so Laurie comes into strike. He's 3, partner is 2, and Sammy goes in and really offers a wide full toss outside the off stump. So missed opportunities, I will say, in this over by the view forward side. Sammy's served up a lot of deliveries that really should have been put away. But in just about every case, it's been dispatched straight to the fieldsman. So 3 of us gone, 7 for no loss.
Yes, not the best of overs bowled by Darren Sammy Jr. I could count about 4 deliveries reds that should have been put away for boundaries. So he was quite lucky to have just considered just 1 run in the over.
So over number 4, are we going to have a change of bowling? Yes, I think. So Sammy for me each end, Greg.
Yes, you have Lance Sammy, who is getting his first game and is getting a ball very early.
And now tell us about Lance Sammy.
Oh, Lance.
All-rounder?
Lance is a bowler, but Lance is more a footballer than a cricketer.
Well, Alvin Cornell was. Willie Rodriguez won a cap for the West Indies in both football and cricket. Sammy today, and Sammy playing cricket. That's the delivery, whipped away out towards the mid-wicket area. The feeling is not all that clean, but they do not go for the second run. So 8 without loss, scoring very slow. Average very ordinary. And the 2 men have a brief discussion. Obviously, that would have focused on let's try and get this over scoring rate up. Players were looking to turn it away, and he ended up playing in front of him. Picked up by Sammy himself. So far, so good for the Miku Eagles. We are in the 4th over. Clive Jules will be standing by after the 5th over to come in. And that's trying to swing away, as they say in Australia, a swing and a miss. Easy to have played that into the offside. You would have gotten a little more batter onto it. 18 balls for 3 runs, Roland Cox tells us. And finally, pushing it down towards mid-on, and a scamper a single. 9 without loss, slow going. If they're going to put a score on the board, the run rate will have to pick up very soon. Sammy goes in, that's hit and dropped. Straight down to
Irvin Frederick,
the mid-off fieldsman. It went right into, in a mid-riff. The run rate will have to pick up very soon. Sammy goes in, that's hit.
Opportunity.
Didn't have to move. Some balls and going on to the back foot and trying to spar at it. The over's completed. It's been a good one.
Have you ever wondered how money can work for you? At VIEUX, we offer several investment options that can do just that. One option is the VIEUX fixed deposit, which is a short-term investment where funds are deposited for a minimum of 1 year at an attractive rate, better than anywhere else. The VIEUX fixed deposit is unique and tailored for both individuals and institutional investors, and gives you the option to reinvest for another period after maturity. For more information, call VIEUX today at 458-8700 or 458-8740, or email VIEUX at info@viexlimited.com. VIEUX, firm and upright.
Who showed signs of wanting to hit the ball. Definitely could have started also. So Sammy Jr., very short approach from the commentary box in, down the leg side, and appropriately wide signal. Sammy back to his mark, just brushes past the umpire, and appeals for leg before, but missing leg from our viewpoint. I suppose when you bowl that line, you want to make sure that you do put some pressure on the batsman. That's hiked away, and will it be caught? It's caught down at the mid-on position. Different type of catch. This was lofted. He had more time. I'm not playing an excuse for the previous drop catch, but 10 without loss, 10 for 1. A very weak dismissal by Laurie.
Yes, young Law looking to go over the infield.
Well, that line, you
Reds,
want to make sure that
he's
you do put some pressure on the batsman. That's hiked away, and will it be called?
He really does not have the strength for that sort of cricket. But he was given an opportunity to do a job. He faced 16 deliveries for just 4 runs. So certainly as an opener, he needed to do better than that.
Well, we've been talking about Harding being pushed up the order, and that is exactly what has happened. And I suppose that this is a positive sign that they decided to give Harding as many overs as possible, Greg.
Yes, Harding's, one looked at the way he played yesterday. He certainly needed to have come in very early in the inning.
They did, in fact, take the attempted run, and that's flicked away by Isidore down towards the fine leg area. Let's wait for the signal. There's none, so it would have come off the bat. So 2 useful runs. 2 useful runs to Vieux South Sunrisers. We have no sun now. It's very not threatening overcast, but no sun. Delivery which hits over the cover. They'll take 1. They'll come back for the second, and they will stay with that. So a couple of runs in this over will help the total to go up to 14 for 1. 14 for 1. This is 4.4 overs bowled, so they're far below the necessary rate they should be at. Sammy goes in, and that's down the leg side, and if he had not played a shot and simply stayed in his wicket, that would have been a wide. So 4.5. Clive Jules getting ready to come in, and that's going down the track and hit straight. Wouldn't go into the boundary. Well, that really should have been a second run. Some very poor running, because that came within maybe 1.5 yards of the rope just below us. And we were surprised that they didn't look for the second run. So 15 for 1, Clive Jules will be your next voice. And before that, the former Windwards and St. Lucia batsman, Greg Wilson.
Yes, the halfway mark. The South Sunrisers really have not put enough runs on the team. Just 15 runs in 5 overs, just a rate of 3 and over. But certainly, they would want to pick up the pace at the back end of the inning, the other half, and with the likes of Harding at the wicket. Presently, one would hope that he could continue in the vein that he was yesterday.
Hello and good morning to you, Greg Wilson. Good morning to our listeners. And it is Lance Sammy to continue. It's afternoon, actually. Oh, it's gone almost to 1 o'clock. Lance Sammy, good shot they offered there by Isidore on this occasion. He's hitting into the cover region, and they come through for 1, taking the score to 16. Lance Sammy, we've spoken about his football prowess, and he's getting his first game today. He's been on target so far, Greg Wilson.
Yes, he has bowled pretty well, pretty economical.
Yes, again, a delivery that is well up to Harding, not giving him the space to free his hand as he did yesterday, and he's unable to trouble the scorers on this occasion. It's again Lance Sammy. This time short, it's in the air, and going towards the third man region, it drops just outside of the 30-yard circle, and he comes through for 1. Harding's needing a little bit of time to get the pace of the wicket and to get into his work today, Greg Wilson.
Yes, but Harding have realizing that 5 overs have already gone, so he has no time to really play himself in.
And this time it's Isidore looking for the big heave towards mid-wicket, but making no contact. That ball goes through to the wicket keeper, Serie. And of course, Lance Sammy, he's still very tight, keeping the pressure on the Vieux South Sunrisers. Viewfort South Sunrisers opting to bat and hoping that they would set a big total, but it was not to be. They after 5.5 overs, they just 17 for 1. Very, very slow going for the Viewfort South Sunrisers. Very slow extras, contributing 3. Isidore has been there for a very long time. He's on 9, and this time he's beating mid on and heading towards the boundary. This one goes over the boundary. 4 runs, 4 very, very valuable runs, Greg Wilson.
Yes, well struck to the right of Tariq Edward. You know, Tariq Edward is one of the most agile players, but he seems to have done some injury to himself. He's getting some assistance, but that was well struck there by Jovan Isidore. They really need to get going, and that was 4 valuable runs for him.
And that diving effort would have caused Tariq Isidore some discomfort. Tariq Edward, some discomfort. He got some assistance, but he's up and walking again, albeit rather gingerly, but he's up and walking. So all's well that.
My name is Godfrey. I have been doing cassava from young with my mom. She showed me everything to do with cassava, how to grate it to prepare the semi-dry. I enjoy making it. It's my life. That's my canoes.
Sports and Awards. The Trophy Center. Blue Water is the official water of the 2021 Dream 11 T10 St. Lucia Blast. Full 100, First National Bank, and Kendall M. Gill Chambers. And we see a change from the commentary booth end. And it's number 53, Kirsten Jules. He is taking up the attack from the commentary booth end, and he will be bowling to Harding. Harding is really needing to step on the scoring rate, and this one is well up to him, and Harding is driving into the cover region, and they come through for 1. And just 1 more to the total, 22 for 1. Harding batting on 2. 2 from some 3 deliveries. He's not gotten a good opportunity to really face many, and Viewfort South Sunrisers would do well to have Harding face a few more deliveries. It's Isidore, and this one is short, and he's rocked back onto the back foot and cutting through a backward point. He will get that boundary. A good hit from Isidore, Greg Wilson.
Yes, good hit from Isidore. Short ball there by Kirsten on this occasion, and he chose to go the aerial route and just got over the head of the man at backward point and down to the vacant boundary for 4.
And with that boundary, Isidore moves to 17. The score moves to 26 for 1. And Jules again into Isidore, another short delivery, and Isidore is offering heave towards the wideish long on mid-wicket, but not making contact on this occasion. The ball goes through to Serrier. The score remains on 26 for 1. 17 to Isidore. Back-to-back boundaries for Jevin Isidore. And injecting a little bit of life into the scoring for the Sunrisers. And this one is driving into the offside. Extra cover just comes around and makes the stop. No run resulting here. And Isidore, he really needs to get a move on. I think he would be well served to give Harding a bit of the strike, given the record Harding and the history of Harding from yesterday's game.
Yes, Harding needs to be getting more of the strike.
Again, it's Jules short again towards Isidore. A little bit of pace on this one and goes really zipping through to the wicket keeper. Isidore is offering again, but not making any contact again on this occasion. Stays on 26. Isidore remains on 17. We're deep into the 7th over. And a good over being bowled, having been struck for 4 early on. Good comeback from Kirsten Jules. And he is into his shots, and this one is a lucky one over the wicket keeper and goes into the boundary. 4 more to Jevin Isidore, taking the score to 30 for 1. Isidore moves to 21, Greg Wilson.
Yes, 40 meters boundary there for Isidore. Short ball, really tucked him up for room, and luckily for him, the ball came off the top edge of the bat and went right over keeper Gavin Serrier Jr. and down to the vacant boundary for 4. So it was 4 valuable runs in the process, pushing the score to 30. So that has been by far the most progressive over for them. They've gotten some 9 runs from the over.
The 2 boundaries coming from the bat of Isidore in this over, but I thought that Jules rushed Isidore a little bit with his pace, and it will be Tariq Edward to continue from the Players Pavilion end, bowling to Harding, who's batting on just 2 runs from the 3 deliveries that he's faced. The score is 30 for 1, 21 for Jevin Isidore. He getting a fortuitous boundary on the last delivery of the previous over. Edward will be bowling to Harding, and Harding is looking to continue from where he left off yesterday, but on this occasion he's rocking back and stepping away, making some room for himself, but not making any contact. Greg Wilson. Again, Edward and Harding, this one is high and handsome, goes towards the Players Pavilion, and it goes all the way for 6. Harding is moving that score to 36 with that 36 for 1 with that handsome shot.
Yes, good use of the feet there by Harding, just getting down the track and right to the pitch of the ball and deposited it over the long on boundary for 6.
Again, Harding looking to get a move on for his team. It's another one outside off stump, and Harding is backing away, making some room for himself again and not making any contact. The score remains on 36. Harding has moved to 8 from 6 deliveries. Tariq Edward to continue this one is fairly wide, challenging that wide line. It's just inside that line, and Harding is unable to make any contact. There's a slip, there's a short third man. There's a short fine leg inside the 30-yard. Tariq is outside off, and to Harding. Harding is hitting over extra cover. Is high. The fielder is coming around. 1 bounce. It stops in the field. They come through for 2. Harding moves to 10, and the score moves on to 38. Greg Wilson. Harding not getting the timing on this occasion.
Yes, on this occasion, ball struck the bottom of the bat.
And better use of the feet. This time the shot before is perfected now. Harding goes over extra cover. Huge hit again from Harding. Takes the score to 44.
Yes, good use of the feet again, and on this occasion hitting inside out. Ball was a bit wide and really just got good purchase on this one, and the ball just sailed into the western stand and especially hitting with the wind. So certainly a very good over there for the Beaufort Sunrisers. Really Harding motoring the away just where he left off yesterday.
Definitely so, and that's the end of the 8th over. 2 overs to go, and Harding would Beaufort South Sunrisers would do well to keep Harding on strike and give him the majority of the strike with the way he's hitting the ball and clearing the ball.
Get more with our Massy card. 1 card, many locations for your rewards. Earn points at all Massy stores and Massy card partners island-wide and watch your points grow. Visit our customer service desk at Massy stores or www.massycard.com for more information. Enjoy the many benefits that only your Massy card can bring.
Last 6, he's moved on to 16. It's Isidore batting on 21. Isidore's been there from ball 1. And Isidore is driving beautifully towards the mid-off. Mid-off comes around to his left. Evan Frederick makes a diving stop, not before they come through for 1. Isidore moves on by 1 to 22. The score moves on to 45. Harding is on strike. Isidore doing the right thing on this occasion, Greg Wilson?
Yes, getting off strike the very first ball of the over.
And Jules to continue on this length, the short length that you spoke of yesterday, the back of the length, the shortish length, that's anything above waist height is giving the batsman some sort of discomfort.
Yes, at this moment, the bowlers are using it to great effect.
And Jules has a bit of nippy, very nippy right arm over the wicket into Harding, and Harding is giving him the charge, but he is missing this one and goes through to the wicketkeeper. Harding is giving him the charge, using his feet on this occasion, not making any contact, but he's done so to great effect, especially to the spin.
Yes, with the pace of Jules, Harding would be best to remain still and have a swing at the ball.
And Jules again into Harding. Harding is pushing outside off. Goes through Harding is taking a few balls. He needs to settle down and look to do what he does best, which is swing through the line of the ball and hit the ball.
Yes, in this over, Harding has faced some free deliveries and have not gotten any runs.
Maybe he's troubled by the pace of Jules. Jules into Harding, and this time there's contact over extra cover, whitish long one, and he is going to challenge the boundary. He gets the boundary. 4 more runs to Harding. The score moves on to 49. Harding is quickly on to 20. He's hitting it well.
Yes, Harding has just teed off at this. It's almost as he's a golf player and really got good contact and ball just race through the wide made off down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, Harding and Isidore put on a partnership of 39 with that boundary. The score is 49 for 1. Jules into Harding, and this time shot again. And Harding is looking for the big heave over the onside and is not making any contact. The score remains on 49. The over comes to a close. The 9th over, 6 deliveries to go, Greg Wilson. And what sort of a score would you think Vieux South with being 49 for 1 would be looking for with 6 deliveries to go?
Well, they would want to get perhaps 65, 70 runs, but as it is the most expensive over for them, the most productive over for them was the 8th over in which they got some 14 runs. So certainly they have not been striking over 9 in the inning.
Yes, and they are probably on track to contest their low score of yesterday, which was 59.
Yes.
So
they need an additional 11 to go past
the yesterday's score.
So find the qualifiers.
And definitely we will have a change in bowling. It looks like Winner Felix, number 17, will have to wait for confirmation. It's number 17, Winner Felix, who's going to get a first ball for the tournament. Winner Felix, the Miku Eagles giving not the first changes, the first top-rate bowlers. Winner Felix getting a few today, and he's going to bowl the final over of the innings. The score is 49, and with Isidore and Harding batting partnership of Whitner. This one is wide outside off, and of course, appropriately so, the umpire signals wide. Winner starts off with an extra 50 up for Sunrisers. Greg Wilson, how far you think they will get? Will they get past that at 59?
I would bet my money they would go past 59.
It's Felix to Isidore, and Isidore is pulling this one towards the cow corner. The fielder comes off the boundary. He's not timing it very well at all. They come through for 1. The score moves on to 51 with 5 balls to go, Greg Wilson.
Yes, Winner Felix, having faced some 25 deliveries, I've only gotten 23 runs, so he really has not done justice to the cause.
That's Jovan Isidore. He's been there from the onset, 23 of 25. The partnership is 41. Harding is on strike now, and Harding, high and handsome, well over cow corner into the grassy banks. Harding is timing it very well. The score is, Harding is moved to 26, and the score has moved to 57, Greg Wilson.
Yes, Harding, that's why I did ask for Harding to perhaps open the inning, come very early. But he has come out there and he has really moved around very, very nicely.
In giving the charge to Winner Felix, we've seen once Harding gives the charge, he reaps dividends. This time again, it's to the right of mid-wicket field, and it goes over the boundary. 4 more to Harding, 4 more to the total, and they've gone past the 59. 61 for 1. Harding has moved to 30 very quickly.
Yes, good. No, there by Harding, really giving Winner Felix the treatment he deserves. A short ball and really deposited into mid-wicket area.
And Felix into Harding outside off. This one was challenging that line, but the umpires were probably very tight. Harding he was looking for that extra run, but the umpire was not in agreement, thought that Winnell Felix was inside of that line. We saw young Kamani Law and Isidore opening and Harding again hitting towards the mid-wicket. They come for one. Will they? The second is on. The feeling is not very clean coming off the boundary. It looks like a Lansami coming off the mid-wicket boundary. And they come through for two. Harding retains strike. The score is 63 for one with one delivery to go, Greg Wilson.
Yes, Harding perhaps would be thinking of getting a maximum in this final delivery.
Taking them as far as they can go. And it's Felix to Harding, and Harding is driving back past the bowler. He's over the top. He comes for one, challenging for the second. Needs a chance of a run out, and he is given out. He's short of his ground, caught short of his ground. They were looking for two from that shot from Harding over the top of the bowler, not getting towards the boundary, but he was short, Greg Wilson.
Yes, he was short, coming back for a second. Considering it's the last delivery, he definitely need to run for everything, and but really good knock there from Jermaine Harding, getting some 32 of just 18 deliveries. So certainly Harding has played a very impressive cameo out there, but 63 with the sort of lineup we have from the Miku Eagles, Clivers, would that be enough?
It does not look like it would be, but there have been some changes, and we know the game is a game of glorious uncertainties. So, it may very well be somebody else's day, and they can really put some pressure on. But at least there is 64 on the board for Vieux South Sunrisers. They can something to do battle with. They got 61, was it? Earlier on in the first game, yesterday they got a 59, and today it's 64. So there's a little bit of something to work with, but with that batting lineup from the Miku Eagles, one would expect them to overhaul that 64, getting to 65. But there's a lot of positive to take from the match, from the innings for Vieux South Sunrisers. The batting of Harding is a very positive note for them, and they probably should look to getting him up the order. Vieux South Sunrisers winning the toss and electing to bat. It opened with Jervin Isidore and Kamani Law. Jervin Isidore ran out on the last delivery for 23 from 25 balls. He hit some 3 fours, and we have Law batted, got 4 from 16 deliveries, and Jermaine Harding not out on 33 from 19 balls with 2 fours and 3 huge 6s. So Harding giving a good account of himself, but Vieux South Sunrisers, would they be short on this occasion?
Yes, I think that they certainly would be short. One would expect against that sort of lineup for the Miku Eagles, score perhaps 80 plus would be the pass score that you would want to get. But runs on the board is runs on the board.
And scoreboard pressure can create. But would you? Let's go back to the captain of Sunrisers. Would you have batted on this wicket given the composition of your team and your lineup? Would you have made the decision that he made?
Perhaps it was the best thing to do, to bat first. If you're up against a strong batting team, you probably could bat you out of the game from very early. But I think where the Sunrisers perhaps went wrong was the opening pair. I think Young Law really, given the opportunity to open the inning, I think that was a bit too much for him. I don't think that is his style of cricket.
Certainly, he was under pressure from very early, and he took too many dot balls he couldn't get the ball out of the square. And coming off yesterday's game, Vieux South Sunrisers would be better served to give Jermaine Harding as much of strike as he possibly could have gotten. And I would have opted for him at the top of the order, give him an opportunity to bat through as many overs as is possible.
Yes, he did show when he came in at 3, his ability to strike the ball, and I think that's what you need at the top of the order, and more so if you're up against that sort of team as the Miku Eagles. You need to post a total that would be very competitive.
Definitely. I thought, but there was a bit of adjustment once it shows that they were with it once they saw that the message came out, and you saw that Kamani Law was looking to move along with things. He lost his wicket, and then the space was created for Jermaine Harding. But of course, today, you know, the 64 remains to be seen whether VIEUX South Sunrisers can register their first points of this 2021 Dream 11 T10 St. Lucia Blast, and it's the final game of the playoffs, the qualifying round, and ahead of the main draw, which starts tomorrow. Greg Wilson, what do you think the Miku Eagles, how do you think they would approach this rather smallish total? Because you've seen some teams struggle with smallish totals. How do you think the Miku Eagles would approach this?
Well, if we have to go anything by what happened yesterday, you saw the match against Supre. They came out really aggressive. I would want to think that the same would happen today, considering that the conditions out there are good for batting. And you heard Captain Darren Sammy said they want to come and knock up that runs and go home and rest.
Mm-hmm. And bowling for Sunrisers, yesterday we had young Khalil St. Hill as well as the captain Dishon Rampal, the two of them going for 60 odd runs from the 4 overs. They would really need to tighten up if they're to defend this 64 runs by any stretch.
Yes, certainly they're up against better quality batting, so they certainly would need to improve on the bowling. If not, it would be all over by the shouting.
Spin or pace, what would be your option for your better?
It's my life and I want more. More time, more power. Pay my Lucy like bill isn't hard. I pay with credit or debit card. Pay direct to Lucy like my account. I have the power, yeah. Pay online to Lucy like my account. Anywhere, any day, any hour. Lights are on at home. No more standing in line, no more worrying about my bill. Now I'm all paid up. Got more time to chill, yeah, yeah. Pay my Lucy like bill isn't hard. I pay with credit or debit card.
Batters will get more value for the shots.
Yes,
today.
certainly you'll get value for shots, especially. We saw that from yesterday. The ball travels along the ground much quicker than we saw on the opening day Friday. So as the sun comes out in all its glory, no doubt that we're gonna see some good out cricket.
Certainly, we're looking to see who is going to open up for Miku Eagles in the absence of Shervin Charles. We know that he had been partnered by Mervyn Wells had been partnered by Shervin, but today it looks like Gavin Serrier. But a very strong batting lineup, and we can just quickly go through the Miku Eagles team with the Mervyn Wells, Gavin Serrier. We have all 4 Sammies today featuring in the lineup. We have Darren Sammy, Merlan Sammy, and we have Kirsten Jules, Irvin Frederick, Darren Sammy Jr., Tariq Edward, Michael Shalry, Winel Felix, and Lance Sammy. So all 4 Sammies featuring in today's encounter.
Yes, the Sammies are on show today. And we're Merlan.
Born from the same soil, growing stronger.
Raised of our own sweat and toil, doing it together.
I'll bank for you and me,
taking us forward so proudly.
First National Bank, the best of who we are. First National Bank, together we'll go far. The pride of St. Lucia, here to stay.
Growing up, growing stronger, it's a First National way.
Every day we're back in better, faster and smarter.
I'm Tedison John of the Tedison John Project. Even when we're not rehearsing, we stay connected. Flow makes it easy with Flow bundle plans. My mobile phone, internet broadband to download and send files, my home office fixed line. All the services I need in one place. And guess what? The more services you use, the less you pay. Yep, get more and pay less. Guys, you can't go wrong on this one. Bundle today.
Today, I would like to introduce you to the fixed special deposit. What's so special about this deposit? It is all about you, the customer. The interest rates and maturity periods are negotiable. That's how special this is. The special deposit instrument was designed to meet the needs of those who cannot be accommodated within the existing investment options. For more information on our special deposit and other investments, call Fix today at 458-8700 or 458-8740 or email Fix at info@fixlimited.com. Fix, firm and upright.
Dream 11 T20 coming up. Yes, teams may have had perhaps the last 2 weeks to do some training, but it's one thing to train and one thing to be match ready. And perhaps some of the teams were not really match ready. But as the tournament progresses, I'm certain that the teams who are actually playing in the qualifiers, I mean, having gotten some free games under the belt going into the main stage, I'm expecting to see better bowling performance. And then you have some of the other teams who are out there who have had perhaps an additional week or additional few days to do some training before they come in. So I'm expecting as the tournament progresses, you perhaps will see less and less wides being bowled by the bowlers.
Just just engaging you, Wilson, before we get the voice of Red Pereira, our veteran commentator. Playing in these playoffs, is it advantage to the teams coming off the playoffs heading into the main draw? Is it to their advantage or to the disadvantage? And why would you say that?
Well, it is both in the sense that it is an advantage. You have gotten to play free games before the main stage. It gives you a chance to assess the wicket, and bowlers would know how to prepare to come when they go out in the middle. But also, it also gives the opposition out there a chance to assess, your strength and your weaknesses as well, and so they could come better prepared for you in the tournament.
Well, Greg, let's get back to the matter of the day. We'll have to say that although Harding played a bit of a blinder, the young man getting 33 from 39, the opening pair didn't get the ball away. I mean, for example, Laurie, 4 from 16 balls.
Yes, certainly soaked up too many deliveries. If you face some 16 deliveries in a T10, one would expect that you would have gotten perhaps pretty close to 40 runs.
Yes, I mean, even Isidore, who got 23, but off 25.
Yes.
You've got to be more productive.
Yes, so the openers certainly, right, they did not approach the game the way that they should have. One would have expected them to have been scoring at a more blistering pace than what we saw out there.
And if you look at Harding, did extremely well, but Harding is a stronger player coming forward. Anything, back of a length, he doesn't seem to play well off the back foot. But anything pitched up in the arc, he's going to hit it and hit it very far.
Yes, and he also has shown that he can use his feet quite nicely, especially to the spinners. Most of the time we saw the big shot coming from, he tend to give them the charge.
Yeah. So, 64 for 2, 20 short to push the Miku Eagles a bit.
Yeah, I think they would have needed an additional 20 runs. I think 80, from what we saw from last year, if the team has to start with a required rate of perhaps 8, and you could get a few early wickets or a few tight overs. Certainly, it could make the game a little competitive. But with just a run rate of perhaps just a little over 6 needed, I think the It's just normal batting. You can win the game almost in singles.
Well, just waiting for the umpires to come out. Some amazing news coming out of England. I know we are here to cover cricket, but it's a world headline. The crowds at Manchester United supporters have invaded the ground, and the game between Liverpool, initially delayed, had to be called off. And you know, it all comes, of course, from the effort to start the Super League, and members are very upset that maybe Manchester United was one of many who joined. But we're here to really cover the cricket, but just thought that was a breaking story. It was a breaking story yesterday.
Remember me? Still standing, I see. It took me 8 minutes to get to you from New Village. 5 minutes if I ran. You told me I could become somebody. Anybody if I put my mind to it. I saw the world through your eyes and it was mine to conquer. That's my Castries.
Of this, they need to make a very early inroads. If not Reds, if they have continued the way they did yesterday with the ball, it will be all over past by the halfway stage.
Well, good conditions. Darren Sammy indicating at the toss that conditions, in his opinion, good for batting. Well, they didn't get the chance to bat first, but they don't have a real challenging target. But we've seen, Greg, and you've played in matches where small targets can give a lot of trouble in getting.
Yes, especially it all depends on the approach of the openers. But Reds, from what I'm seeing, Lansami seems to be the one who was given the opportunity to open the batting.
Well, his confidence should be reasonably high because he didn't bowl badly.
Yes, he bowled very economical. So, Captain Darren Sammy, they are supposed to use him up the order, and more so, it's a relatively moderate total that they are chasing.
So, all is set. The bowling will start from the commentary box end. The teams playing the second game, they've arrived, and of course, there are special protocols being given to the St. Lucia Cricket Association, and part of the protocols is that the team, Greg, waiting for the second game must not sit too close together.
Yes, Reds, certain protocols are in place. It's a question of whether everybody is following it, but they seems to, at times, I must say.
Yes, let's just say that the broadcast fraternity had to have a temperature check. We had to be sanitized before coming in to the broadcast area. It's a very short delivery, and just push through the backward point legs. I think he started to attack it, and then found the ball rushing onto him, and what should have been an easy pickup ended up being a single. So 1 to Wells, and Sammy, who has been, well, you can say, promoted, huh?
No, that is actually his first game, yes. Well.
Okay, I'll give way to your knowledge. And that's the delivery which he steered down towards third man. And after 2 deliveries, 2 runs are already on the board. So, good signals, good sign. But you got to continue. So 2 without loss. This is over number 1. Robert bowling short and pulled away. Will it go into the boundary? It does. Out towards mid-wicket. A kind of a straight mid-wicket position. Badly lined, poor-legged. And the total moves to 6 without loss. And Wells has gone to 5.
Yes, well executed shot there by Mervyn Wells. Robert on this occasion just pulling this one down short. And it was powerfully struck there by Mervyn Wells for 4.
Robert bowling off a very short run. And balls on no ball. Not too many no balls in this competition.
Actually, the third.
It's just the third, yes. We were commenting yesterday. But really and truly, with that short run, it shouldn't really happen. He has, what, 1 or 3 steps? That's height away. They're in a hurry, Miku Eagles, and that goes for a huge 6 over a wide mid-on position, pitched up outside the leg stump, virtually giving the batsman a free hit. And he really seasoned it. It's raced to 13 without loss, and we have had 4 deliveries. Mid-wicket is out, long off is out. That's hit towards long off. It doesn't carry, just drop. I wouldn't say that. That was an easy catch. Dropped just in front of him, and maybe he did very well to actually get his body to stop it going past. He goes back towards the rope. The total goes to 14 outside the line of the off stump. And a flashing drive to get it through the offside makes no contact. Very productive first over already with Wells 12 racing away. His partner Sammy is 1. They're only chasing, 65 for victory, and they're out of the blocks early.
Yes, a good start there by Marvin Wells, certainly in a no-nonsense mode. But again, Reds, when you are given a free hit, you certainly did capitalize on it. But the Viewport South Sunrisers really need to have a better improvement on yesterday's bowling effort. If not, as I did indicate, Reds, it would be all over by the perhaps 6th over.
Told by Roland Cox they have, 28 sixes in the competition so far. The scoring rate already is raised to 14. That's a logical deduction, and that's the number of runs that came off the first over. But here is the man who had a good hit in the middle, 33 off 19, and Harding will now take up the attack from the commentary box. 10 goes past the umpire, and that's flayed away. That has runs all over it. Will it get to the boundary? It does get to the boundary. The Fiesman goes flying over the boundary, a vain attempt, but just too short, and playing nicely off the back foot. So Wells really enjoying himself. He has got, 16 off of 6 deliveries. Yeah, 6 deliveries. Very productive. Harding has to look the ball up much better lines. Now we see the cover has gone right back in the boundary. Solitary slip, and there's a fine leg has come in, and that's hit towards the man who has just gone back in the boundary. He's full of beans on. An apology to the bowler and to his entire team, because what should have been an easy single, he over-attacks the ball. It slipped through his hands, goes into the boundary. I don't think that Harding is very amused. Already 8 of 2 deliveries, and it's 22 without loss. Wells is 20. Waiting for Harding, who's halfway there. Goes in, and that's a wide delivery. And maybe Harding slightly upset Greg, but that was a very poor bit of fielding.
Yes, Reds, with a moderate total of just 63, the bowlers would expect that the fielder to really put in the sort of effort that is required.
Harding once more trying. Wells lets it go to the off-stump. The keeper doesn't take it, but the line was bad and a wide signal. So a disastrous start by Viewport South. They decided that they wouldn't bowl for us, but they've decided that they will bowl for us, correction. That's down the leg side, another wide. And I think that Harding is all over the shop. 25 for 1, 25 for 1. and this have a look like a very early finish.
Yes, it's the Reds by the halfway stage. Look like you'll be having lunch.
Yeah, this might not go beyond 5 overs unless there is a fall of wickets or a lot better bowling and fielding. Hardin bowls, and that's tucked away nicely. One, come back for the second if they want. Again, there's a misfield from square leg to a backward square. So 2 more runs on the board. 25 without loss, 25 without loss. And if you just join the Calabash coverage, it's not in the 5th over. I tell you, it's in the 2nd over. Sammy 22. Sammy 1, his partner Wells on 22. And that's short and goes pulled away and stopping inside the boundary, but a very bad line. 4 runs coming off a wayward delivery, and it's really been, after a very good performance by Harding with the bat, a very poor performance. None for 17 of 4 overs, 31 without loss.
Yes, 4 bit of bowling there by Jermaine Harding. Just pitching this one short and moving well, getting into position very quickly and dispatching it to the square leg boundary for 4.
Harding pitching up, that's driven through the cover area. Cover attacks the ball. I tell you that he doesn't fall down in making the fielding attempt, but he beats the keeper by about 6 yards as it goes over his head. But this is a very long over. Harding has not enjoyed how well he has bowled or how well, of course, the fielding has been. It's none for 31. And the last delivery reminds me of the last delivery that Max Walker bowled in the World Cup in '75. He really got hammered by Lloyd. That's off the back foot. And nicely played. No pressure. Took his time, didn't try to hit it too hard. Again, the cover fieldsman having difficulty in picking it up cleanly. So the over number 2 has come to an end. I did say this might not go past 5 or 6. Right now, I think we might just have about 4 overs bowled.
Yes, it's very expensive over there by Jermaine Harding.
Get more with our Massey card. 1 card, many locations for your rewards. Earn points at all Massey stores and Massey card partners island-wide and watch your points grow. Visit our customer service desk at Massey stores or www.masseycard.com for more information. Enjoy the many benefits that only your Massey card can bring.
The main bowlers, but Reds, it just followed a similar pattern with Jermaine Miles yesterday when he got some pretty odd and came out and bowled early, and all the hard work he did with the good work he did with the bat, he just gave it away with the ball. And it's similar with Harding today.
If you do well with the bat,
don't take the ball early.
Don't bowl at all. Well, it's Rampal who will move in. He's got no slip. And that's outside the line of the off stump. And that probably would have been a wide, but the batsman reached at it, made contact, and saved any addition to the total. None for 34. We're in the 3rd over. 2.1, none for 34. In a hurry to get out of this ground that's pitched up and just dropping the bat on it as he comes forward. Not trying to hit too hard, but they're in a position now, if they want. They can just rotate the strike and get the runs.
Very easily.
So, changing the field, we see Midon coming over to cover. Is there going to be no mid-on? There's a deep mid-wicket. There's a long on. There's so much real estate. You can push just off the square and run 2. And that's no need to push off the square. That goes down towards the far side. Hit straight and just a single. So the strike rotated once more. It goes up to to 36 without loss, with Wells already on 30, and Sammy having fairly quiet time of it, is on 2. So there's a second game coming up at 2:30. That's hit over the head of the ball and down to the boundary, straight hit. It's going to finish very quickly indeed as we race up already, Greg, to 40 without loss. And Wells really enjoying himself with a good display of batting, is on 34.
Yeah, 34 of just 14 balls. Has struck some 5 fours and a 6. So Wells certainly is been very prolific at the top of the inning, and going into the main stage of the competition, he certainly would want to continue with that form.
And that's short and cut away down to the boundary for 4. The bowling has been really indisciplined, and the batsmen have not missed an opportunity to put the ball away. Outside the off stump, short, bisecting the wide third man and the backward point down to the boundary for 4. It's 44 without loss, of which Wells has got 38.
Yes, Wells have been doing the bulk of the scoring, and he has been facing most of the deliveries. Lansami has only faced 3 deliveries, Reds, and he has gotten 2 runs.
38 off 15, as you heard. Change in the field, mid-wicket is coming in. And the long off, the deep mid-off is going back towards the enclosure where the players sit. That's outside the off stump, very wide. The batsman did attempt to try and cut it away, as he successfully did in the previous delivery. For none for 11, Harding none for 20. Ball goes in, slow delivery, and the batsman has the luxury, because of the strong position, just playing quietly forward. So 3 overs completed, 45 without loss. Wells is on 38, and Sammy on 2. Sammy on 2. Will they give Harding another over? I doubt that, because already I think we see someone lining up to measure out their action.
Yes, Harding, with the sort of over he had, Reds, 20 runs. I don't think the captain would want to bring him in with such a moderate total to defend. With just 19 runs remaining. It could be over perhaps in the next 2 overs.
What's your feel? No, I don't think it will finish in this over.
No, I
Probably
said in the next 2 overs.
Yeah, next 2 overs.
By the 5th over, it might be all over.
Yeah, I was correct. 5 maybe. So what we got? Martial?
He's bold.
Maybe they're getting carried away, Greg. A wild swing. Maybe looking towards where he was wanting the ball to go in terms of making contact with the ball. So a small success story for the Vieux Eagles, because he has been bowled 45 for 1. 45 for 1. We're in the 4th over, but very, very loose shot.
Yes, well, Lance Sami is not one of the more recognized batters. Like I said, Lance is more a footballer than he's a cricketer, but I mean, he's gifted enough that he can play both sports. But yeah, I guess he was sent up there to perhaps enjoy himself.
Has Lance Sami played for St. Lucia at the senior level?
No, Mulan, what, football?
Yeah.
I am not certain, to be honest with you.
Okay. That was not a question.
I know Mulan has played cricket. Mulan has played Darren Sami,
Yes.
and
I've
the
seen
son
him
has
play.
played youth cricket.
I
So
was just talking about the other Sami with his football skills, where he's actually made the national team. So, Sexios is the new batsman.
Ferrier.
Serrier is the new batsman, I beg your pardon. And Martial goes in, bowls the Serrier, and He just tucks it down towards a backward point. But the ball going very slowly. He didn't hit it too hard. And they're able to get off the mark straight away, which is always important. The dreaded knot. It doesn't matter if it's a T10 blast. Knot is not. Knot is not in the backyard. Knot is not on the beach. Wells, 38. Series 1, very cool. That's hiked away into the Johnson Shaw stand, which luckily is not occupied, or else somebody who might have received some damage. And this is a chance to look at the shot there, Greg.
Yes, waited for it. It was an attempted slow ball, well picked by Mervyn Wells, and deposited it into the Johnson Charleston for 6. So certainly Mervyn Wells motoring around. Well, Reds, Mervyn Wells on course to get the first half century.
Yes, 44. I must comment our cameraman, our producer, for quickly bringing that. 38 of 16. Series 1. And ball has finally come back. And that's gone in the same direction.
That's his 50.
And that brings up his 50. Style in lap time. 18 balls. Well, what a display. Batsman given the job to bat early, and how well he is performed.
Yes, 15, just 18 balls with some 6 4s and 3 6s. He's only faced 3 dot balls alone he has had in those 18 deliveries. So certainly
Well,
he's striking well.
And it could well finish in this over, at this rate.
At this rate, yes, with an additional, 6 runs needed. It could be all over by
6 off 2 balls, 50 already, and great display.
7.
So, I think the ball is lost. Lost and found. Yes, in some backyard cricket, or in some beach cricket, or pasture cricket, if the ball is lost, you keep running.
Yes.
So, ball has been replaced, and Roland Cox points at the blue worm is almost getting straight. So 2 balls left. Can they get the required runs? 6 needed. Wells is a strike, and the way he's been going, it probably could end right now. In contrast, he turns it out on the onside. Total anticlimax. It remains on 58 for 1, Greg.
Yes, he's just rehearsing to Gavin Syria. Perhaps he should have played a more aggressive shot. I think he's just realized there's no one out along the boundary area.
Well, Syria has been a spectator. He's on 1. Wells on 50. This delivery is, wow, this is strange.
I think Mervyn wants Syria to have a hit as well. I think that is the intention.
The easiest way to pay your LUCIA bill is online on any of your secure devices. Go to www.myaccount.lucelect.com on your phone, tablet, or computer. Have your electricity account number and meter number ready, and follow the step-by-step instructions to register and set up My Account. Voila! You can review your account and pay your electricity bill online directly to LUCIA, or through your bank 24/7, anytime, anywhere. When you want to pay your bill, open My Account. Click on Pay Bill on the left of the page. Choose Pay My Bill by credit or debit card on the right to pay directly to LUCIA. Continue to the payment website, complete credit or debit card details, and submit payment. Alternatively, if you have online banking and you want to pay through your bank, choose Pay Through Your Bank and select your bank from the list. Your bank's login page will open up. Sign in to pay your electricity bill through your bank via online banking. Pay LUCIA bills online and get back to your life.
with the ball for them in the last competition, and this. So Serie A is 1. And Harding's first over cost 20. He'll want to try and bowl a maiden over here to make up. There's no slip for Harding as he goes in once more. And that's a flashing drive through the hands, legs, everything of the cover fieldsman down to the boundary for 4. So 62 for 1. And Harding having a good day with the bat initially and a poor day with the ball.
Yes, that was powerfully struck there by Gavin Serie Jr. Right? That left the bat and went like a trace bullet to the boundary.
It went very quickly indeed, but at least the cover fieldsman should have gotten something to it. Comes up once more, and that is the end as it's half stopped now. Thought for a minute it would have beaten the long on to his right. So 63 for 1. 6 area. Wells maybe now a chance to hit the winning run. Wells is 50. And let's see if they just take a quick single. Turns it out on the onside. And there's no orthodox mid-on. And that's it.
Nope. One.
In fact, one more to go. One more to go. They didn't look for the second run.
I think he wants Gavin to hit the winning run.
Yes. So Harding, that's outside the off stump, and a little dab shot that runs to third man, made no contact. So 1 for 64, 1 run to come, 2 deliveries in the fifth over. And it looks almost uncompetitive there. There is a body language which says, give up, we've lost. Harding still trying, come quickly in. And that's a swing and miss and caught by the keeper. Well, that is an anticlimax if it's 1. You have 1 run to go. You have all acres of space just to push and get the single, and he goes for 6. So finally, we see Harding picking up his first wicket at a cost of what? 26 runs.
Yes, Gavin Serious, with all intentions, was looking to finish the game with perhaps a 6 reds or a boundary at least. And in the process, having a mighty heave at one outside the off stump and only getting a faint edge to the wicketkeeper Law. So Harding getting some success, picking up a wicket, but relatively expensive in his bowling.
Well, it was very hard to decide, you know, who was going to get the winning run, and you felt that Wells definitely didn't want to make it, and therefore Serie has really spoiled the plan.
Yes, it would have been nice, I think, from Captain Sami to have had such a convincing victory, perhaps to just, 1 wicket down. But as it is, they're right. They have given Winnell Felix have gotten a chance to get a knock. He has not batted previously.
If this is a dot ball, Jules will come to describe the final right, so to speak. It's 64 for 2 as Harding goes in. And that's, well, luckily it's not a wide delivery. It is a dot ball after all. So 64 for 2. It's a little bit of a hilarious situation here. It just seems that they're just withholding the effort to just get over the line, which is just a matter of maybe 2 balls. It'll be more from Greg and to describe the finish. Live is Jules.
Yes, the halfway mark scores are on level. So, Beaufort South Sunrisers certainly did not post a competitive enough total for the sort of lineup that the Miku Eagles possess. But they have themselves to be blamed as well. They really bowled poorly, Clive Jones.
Certainly so, and Dylan Marshall it is. Dylan Marshall to continue, and this time Mervyn Wells hits the winning run. It goes towards the cow corner over the boundary, and that's 4. That is it. And they've gone to 68 for 2, losing the wicket of Gavin Seri. Needlessly, at that, Mervyn Wells really did not want to hit the winning run. Wanted to leave it to Gavin, but on this occasion, he was forced to.
Yes, he certainly was forced to. You could have seen a little byplay by Mervyn Wells, really wanting Gavin Seri to hit the winning runs. But I think for the young man, Seri, he should realize that just one run to win, what is the point of going for the big shot and losing your wicket in the process? But I guess, you know, what was important for them is to get over the line, and that they were able to do convincingly.
And that they came off the back of a very convincing half-century from Mervyn Wells, a good half-century, hitting some 55 in 22 balls with 7 4s and 3 6s, facing only 5. Right, and Mervyn Wells hitting, doing really, really well there. As we see the players exchanging pleasantries at the end. Very happy Captain Darren Sammy.
Yes, Darren Sammy will be very happy going for the qualifying rounds, playing on and free out of 3. So certainly that would do the confidence a world of good going into the main stage of the competition.
All right, so we get ready to go to our on-field. Crew will be interviewing the 2 captains, and the losing captain, Ishon Rampal.
Rampal, it's been a tough week, but talk us about the lessons that you learned from this.
Definitely we have the batting. I guess we have to get some more pitch practice. Upgrade that batting, because today again failed us. The bowlers tried as much as they could have, but unfortunately they scored the batsmen on the field. Was not enough for me.
So you want to see your batsmen spend more time in the nets?
Definitely. Next year, God's willing.
Definitely. Apart from the batting, what are the areas that you'll start working on from tomorrow?
From tomorrow, we'll have them a rest. The whole weekend we have been trying that. But by next week we'll start working on our bowling, spot bowling for sure, and the batting, definitely. Batters have to spend more time on the games.
And the pitch was okay in terms of your bowling and so on? You had no issues with the pitch?
No, the pitch was playing pretty well. I've seen that in some years.
Yeah, he's having fun.
Yes, he's having fun with us.
Yeah.
But all the best, I mean.
All right, Rampal, appreciate it, and good luck for next year. Yeah. Darren, this was, I don't want to say expected, but you had already qualified. So what was your approach to this? What did you want to experiment with this time?
First of all, we gave only 13 guys, but the guys who've not played, we tried to give them an opportunity, knowing that we had already qualified. But yeah, the guys did a really good job. Now it's business end of the tournament now. Back at it tomorrow, playing defending champions like with Fred Johnson Charles. So we need to start the real thing on a good note. But it's been good practice for us, and hopefully we just continue to improve.
Do you think you got the kind of challenge that you wanted going into the major tournament?
Look, every team have 1 or 2 players that could really challenge you. You know, and T10, like I always tell the guys, it brings the competition closer. 2 good overs could really take the game away from you. So we just play what we see, and the competition that comes up against us.
What's the strategy? Do you go for a big total because it's very difficult to defend anything below 60 or below 70 or 80 even?
Well, I think ideally if you are put into bat, you want to score at least 9.5, 10 runs and over. So you're looking at 95 to 100. You know, especially on this ground, the wicket is really good. But we've defended a score of 70 something. So at the end of the day, it's just how well you execute your plans.
Is T10 almost unfair to bowlers?
Yeah.
It's a batsman's game.
Yeah, it is a batsman game, especially when you play on good surfaces against good quality players. It tends to lean to the batter side, but as a bowler, when you be successful, it's a great feeling.
So you just played before. What's your advice to the teams that didn't go through this time around?
Look, I don't think we could be too hard on the other teams because it's good that we have cricket now, but the opportunity, the preparation going into this tournament with the COVID protocols and the lack of access to training facilities, must have played a part. But our team got some experienced guys who've been playing over the years, so it comes natural to them. So you can't really judge by the performance you see out there. I expect though, going through the tournament, as we gradually go through the tournament, the cricket or the standard to get better.
Mm-hmm. And finally, the next match coming up is certainly a do or die for both teams.
Yeah.
As somebody, what would be your advice to the teams and their approach?
Just approach it, keep it simple. The team who hold their nerve and respond well under pressure normally wins. And enjoy the game. Let the ball and bat do the talking.
Congratulations, all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harry.
Okay, guys, we're done. Stand by.
Captain Darren Sammy, the winning captain from the Miku Eagles. An expected victory, as was said there, and they held their nerve, did well, and chased a relatively easy total of 64. And just some of the high points of the Miku innings with Moving Wells getting a half century, a brilliant half century. Moving Wells, the first half century of the 2021 tournament. Just your views on that one before we finish off.
Yes, 50 of just 18 deliveries. We saw some really clean hitting from Moving, and more so because of his experience as well. He made batting look very easy out there.
And a good, emphatic, comprehensive victory for the Miku Eagles. And the next game coming up is a do or die, as was said earlier. We have the Labrie Bay Royals and Soufrière Sulphur City Stars. A big game to look forward to this afternoon.
Yes, it's a do or die. So it's a question of, if you lose, you go home. So there's all to play for. Definitely so.
We take a little break. We take a break now, and we come back with the afternoon game, the exciting one, the match of the day, really, this afternoon. So we say goodbye now, and we come back later.
Hi, I'm Tedison John of the Tedison John Project. Even when we're not rehearsing, we stay connected. Flow makes it easy with Flow bundle plans.